We're headed to go pick up our friend Matt and head to Mount Baldy.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. Apparently it's like one of the hardest hikes in this area, and we've done some pretty hard long hikes.
And people have compared this hike to those specifically, and they were really hard for us, and they're like, this one's way harder.
And our friend Matt, he's in pretty good shape as well. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be the one holding everyone back.
We're gonna take it a little leisurely. We got plenty of time.
Yeah.
For today's adventure, we're actually gonna have Matt come along with us. You may remember him from the video we did about the brewery tour. So today we're gonna go from up to the M up here, all the way up the mountain to the top where you see the clouds covering it. We're hoping that the clouds burn off. But it's going to be a nice day for it, good temperatures, and great views if the clouds burn off. We'll see. Should be fun anyway. All right, we're at the M trailhead. First stop, the M.
You get to one of my personal favorite overlooks when you're about a third of the way to the M, which is still very early on in the hike to Baldy.
Got all the flowers out there. Yeah, it's beautiful.
We're 1% way there.
So we considered taking the shortcut trail. We decided to take the scenic route. We're coming up on what we call the M, and it's just literally a giant M written on the side of the mountain. It's kind of a Bozeman icon. I think this is the most popular trail in Bozeman, probably by far. But this is just the very beginning of the hike to Baldy.
You should show how many cars are parked.
Oh yeah, these cars are parked.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, just a Sunday morning. Everyone wants to be on the M. So this is the M. You can only kind of see it from here.
One thing that definitely stands out when you hike Baldy is you pass way more people than you usually would on a trail around Montana. I think this is just because of the trail's proximity to town.
We are getting to the overlook where you come to the backside and see, you can actually see the absorkies and the bangtails, and I'm not sure if we're high enough, but we might be able to see the crazies, and obviously the gallatins, so lots of mountain ranges. So from the overlook, you can see the Madisons over here. That's the snowy mountains. Inside the Madisons, you'll see the Spanish Peaks are there. Over here are the Gallatins, and they go further back and up. 10,000 foot mountains in that range. Over here you can see the Absorkies. That's a beautiful range, Paradise Valley. And then over here you see it's a smaller, hillier range. That's the Bangtails. Behind the Bangtails, we'll be able to see the crazies when we get a little bit higher. So the reason we're doing Baldy today is because it's really difficult to access a lot of the peaks right now. It's June 24th, and a lot of the roads are not accessible at all. So this one you can get to from the M trailhead, which is just barely outside of town.
And it took us the same amount of time to go from the M to the M overlook as it did from the trailhead to the M.
Oh, okay. That seems about right. Because I think like Matt said, it's about the same elevation gain. And that's really what limits, yeah. say about halfway, maybe a little bit less than halfway.
Yeah.
Up. There's a good place to sit and just a great view. So you can just kind of eat your lunch here and just, you've got a spectacular view. I'll zoom in on the mountains a little bit. So my pants are falling down. So these, I think they're Columbia or something. They have like a built-in belt, but then they also have elastic, and then the elastic just like stretches out and falls down whenever you have a backpack on. So I'll put the name of these pants somewhere on the screen here, but I can definitely not recommend these pants.
Butt
Shorts.
crack for days.
Laura says butt crack for days.
Most of the trail is really steep, with the exception of one short area located about the same place where you see the rocky outcroppings. There's a meadow there that this time of year was filled with wildflowers. It was really beautiful. And it also happens to be a well-placed area where you can kind of relax a little bit from the steep pitches early and late in the hike.
This is a nice little area. I kind of call it the Enchanted Forest section. Matt coined that.
I was just saying that it'd be great to have just had a little tent and a sleeping bag up here, and I could have taken a nap.
Yeah, man.
We're just taking a little water break because that's not the top. We go on top of that and then keep going for a while, and then we go to the summit.
That's where like a ladder is, like people just want to see what's
Yeah.
I gotta show you something. I broke the microphone. Oh,
Yeah, so that's a real bummer because the audio that you're getting right now is not going to be very good quality. So have fun for the rest of this video.
but the view is pretty spectacular.
I need to do more cardio. This part is horrible.
It's too steep.
It's super steep and loose rock. Oh my goodness.
So once you get to past the tree line, it gets really hard. There's a false summit, and then as you come up here, it's another tough pitch. The tougher one is, I think, the false summit. In my humble opinion, the best part of any summit in the Bridgers is the view, because you have a view of at least 5 mountain ranges. Laura, what's your favorite part about coming to a mountain peak?
Getting to go back down.
That's why she came up. Now, what's your favorite part about going to a mountain peak?
Ooh. Makes the heart and soul feel better.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I just love the beauty. I just think it's of stuff you can't get anywhere else. You don't think about it, but you don't have like a long view, 360-degree view anywhere except a mountain peak. Or maybe in Kansas.
After taking some time to soak up the views and finish our lunches, it was time to head down.
I think the hike out is prettier than the hike up. On a hike like this, it's so important to have a lot of layers, because on the way up it's always so hot, and at the peak frequently it's really windy and super cold, and then on the way down it can be really cold because you're not generating as much heat, but then as you descend in elevation you can end up it can end up getting warmer. So it's just having a number of layers, especially having a waterproof outer layer, is super important.
Yeah, my hands were freezing when we were up there, and now
Yeah.
I'm hot.
Yeah, right? This is where it starts to get steep again. And when it's this steep, it's like as hard going down as it is up almost.
Pick your footing carefully.
Yeah. The last time that I did this section, this was all covered with snow, but it was like melting snow, like hard pack, icy melting snow.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah. And even right now we're slipping just with what little mud is on it. So. You're gonna see what's wrong with my eyes. Now, what's going on? Are they dilated?
Like, no, there's like little pieces of brown.
Oh, weird.
Color.
So we're getting down to the last little bit of coming down on this, and it's gotten just more and more beautiful through the course of the whole day. And now the flowers are all just almost luminous with the sun right now. This is down about halfway up to the M from the trailhead.
So hopefully sailing from here.
So we've made it safely back to the trailhead. That was quite a hike. At the top it wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be, but coming down it was so steep that it was actually pretty difficult coming down.
Yeah, my knees hurt, my toes hurt, my feet hurt.
My feet have slid completely into the front of my shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty intense, but it was a lot of fun and absolutely beautiful today.
Yeah, definitely.